Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Yoga for Everybody session today. Let's go ahead and stand up. From our standing position, we'll take our feet out to the width of the hips. And let's start with some nice big inhalations, sweeping the arms up and overhead, reaching towards the sky. Exhale, take those arms back and around. So we're going to do this a few times, hopefully waking up the muscles in our back. And at the same time, stretching the muscles that lay over the chest and the heart, matching the movement to the breath. On every exhale, exaggerate the breath out. And let's fully empty the lungs. Then we can exaggerate our breath in. Breathing in through the nose and out from the throat. At least 2 more exaggerated cycles of breath. Last one. Let's take our feet out a little wider than the hips and turn the toes out as well. We'll just take a moment and bend the knees, seeing that the knees bend in the same direction as most of our toes. Bring the arms up with the elbows in towards the ribs, coming into a very small and secure squat. So in this squat position, check in for a moment with the hips. Maybe take the hips forward and then push the hips back. And we want to keep those hips in the back position whenever we come into this down position. So hopefully we're releasing tension and even compression in that low back. As we inhale, let's straighten both legs, reach the arms out and look up towards the sky. Breathe into the center of the chest. And now exhale, pull those elbows in, bend the knees, and push the hips back. Inhaling, arms coming up, legs straight, exaggerate the breath in the chest. Exhale, pulling the elbows into the ribs, bending our knees, and pushing the tailbone and hips back behind us. Let's try at least 2 or 3 more like this, hopefully unlocking those hips and also getting the muscles moving under the armpits, promoting some healthy circulation and lymphatic drainage. Bring the hands onto the thighs, hold it right here. And if you don't already feel that tilt in your pelvis, maybe take one hand onto your low back, one hand onto the belly, and push your stomach in, press the hips back. From here, we're inhaling, lifting the heart. Exhale, pull the hips forward, round the low back, deeply contracting the belly and round the upper spine. So this will look like terrible posture, but we are in the right position for a deep abdominal contraction. As we inhale, we're flipping those hips back. Again, belly is tight. Push your hips back into that hand on the low back, holding it here as we inhale. Exhale, pull the tailbone under, pull the belly button in, and round the upper back, stretching the muscles over the adrenal glands and over the kidneys. Just 2 more like this. Inhale, flip the hips back, support that low back, press back. On the exhale, pull the navel in, drop the head and the neck, chin to chest. Last one, inhale, take it back. Hold this in the back position. While we're holding in this back position, let's target a little bit more of a twist from neutral spine. Taking the right hand across to the left thigh, taking our left hand up onto our low back or left hand onto the hip. From here, we're beginning to twist towards the left. Now, naturally, as we twist to the left, our right knee and hip might try to twist in. So think about trying to press that right hip back, press the right knee back, and keep reaching to the left. Looking up over the left shoulder, maybe encouraging just a little more mobility in the spine. On the inhale, let's come to center. This twist can feel very different on the other side. When you're ready on the exhale, left hand to the right leg, right hand to the low back or hip. Inhale, drawing that right shoulder back. As we twist to the right, naturally the left hip and knee may try to drop in. So think about Pressing your left hip back, pressing the right knee open, left knee open, and keep reaching and twisting over to the right, looking over the right shoulder. One more inhale into that upper right chest. Exhale, slowly bring it to center. Hold it here for an inhale. And now exhale, relax the upper back and head. Shake the head, yes. Turn the head left and right. We're just giving the spine a moment to decompress coming out of that deep twist. Let's walk the hands up the thighs, onto the hips. Turn the toes forward. With our toes forward from here, we're inhaling, taking just the left arm up and overhead. Reaching up with our left hand as if we're holding on to 100 helium balloons, keeping the right hand on the hip or by the waist. Allow that left arm to reach over, creating a nice long line from the outside of the left foot, up through that left armpit, and then out the left fingertips. If you'd like to try something a little different, bend the left knee, and then inhale, reach up. So we're creating more of an abduction to work on strengthening the outer right hip. Breathing into that upper left lung, one more big breath in. And then exhale, left hand to the waist or hip, both legs straight. From here, let's take our right arm straight up. Big breath in, reaching up, holding on to 100 helium balloons, maybe rotating the right hand in the same way you would rotate the palm to screw in a light bulb. From here, press the right arm overhead just a little bit. And now shift into the right leg. Bend the right knee just a little bit. Right knee is bending in the same direction as our right foot. Inhaling into the upper right lung. We can always look up just for a moment. The turn in our head and neck moves against gravity, so we could be helping to strengthen some of the muscles in our neck and cervical spine. One more big inhale, reach. Exhale, right hand to the waist, both legs straight. From here, we're bringing our toes into touching and making a little space between the heels. Inhaling the arms up and overhead, press the palms together. Exhale, bring the palms to the center of the chest. And now bend the knees and flip the hips back. It's the same movement we practiced in our warm-up, allowing the pelvis to tilt back. Inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Exhale, thumbs to the center of the chest. Bending the knees, flip the hips back. And it's okay if your chest comes down, letting go of any rule of a flat back, letting go of any rule of having your back up against a wall. The main thing is that we have a neutral spine and we're able to feel strong in our leg muscles. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, thumbs to the center of the chest. Hinging at the hips, flipping the hips back. It's okay if the belly touches the thigh here. That's perfectly fine. One more, big inhale. Exhale, thumbs to the center of the chest. All right, let's add on to this. Adding in a small twist to the right. So as we twist to the right, keep the thumbs at the center of the chest still. Oftentimes what happens is we twist with our shoulders before we twist with our waist. And when we twist with our shoulders, we almost inhibit the movement of the lower spine. We use the upper spine prematurely, and then we can't get that squeeze in the abdomen that we want to have first. So thumbs at the chest, the twist to the right, it may only be like an inch or two. From here, push your left hip back, press the right hip forward, twist towards the right while that right hip keeps pressing forward. Bring your chin down, exhale all the way. Pause, pull the belly in and up, act surprised, 1, 2, 3. From here, twist a little more. Now bring the thumbs to the right armpit. So we're gonna add onto that twist. Recruiting just a little more muscle and a little more mobility through the upper back, shoulders, and neck. Looking over the right shoulder. This is one of those poses that can bring up a massive wave of heat in the body, detox. Let's bring the thumbs to center, walk the hands down to the thighs, relax your head and neck, maybe straighten the legs for a moment, and then shake out like a rag doll. Exhale from the throat. To safely come up, let's all bend our knees, hands coming onto the thighs from a flat back. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Just a couple more easy breaths like that. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhale, thumbs to the heart. One more. Toes are touching, little space between the heels. Holding it with the thumbs at the chest. We're pushing our hips back, unhinging those hips. Maybe lower the belly a little bit, but keep pulling the ribs up. For some of us, it might feel like a really exaggerated sway in the low back. It can feel like sway back, especially if we've had to sit a lot today. Let's glue the thumbs into the center of the chest. When you're ready on an exhale, twist to the left. And again, it may only be like an inch of mobility here. We're not going to get a false sense of flexibility by using the arms. We're going to sense our true mobility in the length of the spine, our true mobility in our core. It's not that much, really. From here, as we twist to the left, push the left hip forward, right hip back. Draw those thumbs over to the left armpit. Exhale all the way. Surprise breath. And now twist a little more. So we might notice right away that we feel more of a twist in the upper back, the shoulders, and the neck. Keep pushing the left hip forward, right hip back. Twist to the left, look over the left shoulder. Find a nice big inhale, bigger exhale. One more, inhale and exhale. Let's bring it to center. Oh yeah, that way the heat might be there. Hands to the thighs. Maybe walk the hands to the shins. Straighten the legs. Drop the head and the neck. Shake out the head. Shake it, yes. And then turn it left and right. Heavy exhale from the throat. Let's bend our knees. Walking the hands to the thighs from a flat back position. Take the feet out to the width of the pelvis bones. And then inhale, reverse swan dive. Inhale, coming all the way up. Gather the breath. Exhale, palms to the chest. Let's do two more like that. Maybe closing the eyes. Practicing just a little bit of more of a symmetrical movement. Pacing the breath with this to reset. We'll meet with our hands down at the heart. Let's step our left foot back, a casual stride. And naturally, as we step that left foot back, we might turn the left heel in a little bit, keeping a bend in the right knee. So here's a nice side view of what we're doing. It's called a Warrior One foundation. Left leg back. If we look down at our feet, the left toe is out a little bit. Right toe is forward. Our right knee is bending, moving in the direction as the second, third, fourth toe. From here, as we inhale, let's circle back with our elbows a few times. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Maybe one or two more. Just taking it really easy on the rotator cuff and taking it easy on those muscles that can get tight over the heart. Sometimes if we've been sitting a lot and we start to do this movement, sometimes we can actually experience chest pain. It could be air or gas coming up that's been trapped by all of the contractions in the stomach from sitting. Inhale, open it up. Let's take the hands down by our low back. And you always have the option to lace your fingers, make a fist, and maybe try to straighten the arms out. So the elbows can still be bent, moving towards a straight arm with those hands either at your back or in a fist position. From here, let's straighten our right leg. Right and left leg are straight. Lift the chin. Inhale into the center of the chest, lifting the ribs. Exhale, drop the ribs. One more, big breath in. Drop the ribs. Last one, inhale, big breath. Exhale, drop the ribs. From here, let's bend our right knee. Inhaling, sweeping both arms up and overhead. Palms are pressing in. Imagining we're holding on to a 20-pound medicine ball, a 20-pound bowling ball. Inhale, reach up, maybe close the eyes as we continue to focus on that reach to the sky. Also focusing on pressing back into the left heel, pushing back into the left foot, back into the left heel, lunging forward, reaching up. 2 more exaggerated inhalations here. Bigger exhales, making space for that breath. Exhale. Let's relax our hands down, stepping the left foot forward. From here, with our feet at the width of the pelvis bones, let's step our right foot back, turning that right heel in just a little bit. Right toe is out to the side. Bending our left knee. When we look down, we see that our left knee bends in the same direction as our foot or as our shoe. Let's inhale, taking those arms overhead, holding traditional warrior one just for a moment. Maybe even closing our eyes, giving our body an opportunity to practice just a little bit of balance. We don't have to stand on one leg to practice balance. We can always just close our eyes and notice how the body is going to kind of shift a little bit. Let's bend our elbows, maybe even have the fingertips close to the shoulders, keeping that healthy bend in the left knee, pressing down into the right heel. Bring the elbows up. Inhale, press it back, and then down and around. Nice big elbow circles. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. So this is one of those movements where sometimes we can feel like a little bit of a poppiness in the shoulders. Make the movement smaller. If there's any pain, if you feel any grinding in that shoulder joint, then make the movement really tiny. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. Let's take those hands to the low back. It could be the knuckles resting by the back. We could be reaching back like a superhero cape with your arms. You could lace the fingers and start straightening out the arms. Let's straighten our left leg. Lift the ribs, lift the chin. We have 3 expanding breaths. Now, in this sequence of breaths, focus more on pushing the shoulders down. Imagine you have pockets on your pants and you're trying to slip your shoulder blades down into your back pockets. Let's try a big inhale here. Big breath in. Pull the shoulder blades down and then exhale, relax a little. Big inhale, pull the shoulders down. Lift the ribs. Exhale. Just one more. Big breath into the chest, shoulders pressing down, open the throat. And now exhale, relax. Let's bend our left knee, refining warrior one. Inhale, sweeping the arms overhead, finding a dynamic reach, a sensation of a lift up and out of those armpits. Lunging forward, lifting up and pressing back into that right heel. Inhale, exaggerate the breath again into the upper chest region. Exhale in place. Just 2 more. Last one. From here, we'll relax our hands down, stepping our feet to center. Go ahead and shake off the limbs just for a moment. We are going to take this into a larger outer hip stretch, but we want to make sure that we can move around a little bit. Just checking in with those shoulder joints and hip joints before we go into this larger outer hip stretch. Now, when you're ready, take the feet out wider than your hips. So we're coming into what's called a standing straddle. I'm keeping my left toe forward, picking up my right toe. We can pivot on the right heel and turn the right toe out. So technically the feet are going to be perpendicular. If we could look at the right foot, you may want to inch that right toe in, followed with the heel. And there's a really easy way to know if you have your pelvis, legs, and spine a little more neutral. We can't be for certain, but this is going to be a good test. If we were to slide our right heel back, if it lines up with the arch of our left shoe, that usually means we are very close to neutral in the spine, hips, and pelvis. So the feet are perpendicular, left foot forward, right toe out to the side, heel lines up with the arch of the left foot. Let's bring our arms out, palms facing down, bending that right knee, finding warrior two pose, looking over our right fingertips, working with impulse control as we tend to get distracted in the day, which is very human. We are using this to notice when we're distracted and make that space between awareness and action. Looking over those right fingertips, send your breath out over the right hand. Notice when there's an urge to move your head, your neck, or your eyes. And continue to track the breath. Monitor the inhale. Push the exhale out over the right fingertips. 2 more. Last one. Let's turn the right palm up. Reach down with the left hand. Reach straight up with the right arm. And deepen that lunge in the right knee. This way we're able to really isolate the liver and the side of this gut region. Looking up at the right hand. One more big breath. Now exhale, right hand to the right thigh. Fingertips are turned in. Taking the left arm up as if you're waving towards me. Now, just like we've done before, we're attempting to isolate a twist in the belly without using the shoulders. On your next exhale, think about pressing the right shoulder forward without moving the left arm or shoulder, just the right shoulder. Press it forward. Inhale, reach up. And now exhale, use the left arm to swing back. Looking back over that left hand, we're doing a big stretch for the psoas muscle and for lots of other muscles that are in the trunk of the body, muscles that go from the inner knees all the way up into the shoulders and armpits. One more big breath. Exhale, lower the left hand to the hip. Let's put that right hand on the thigh to support neutral spine, slowly coming up. Turning that right toe forward, lifting up our left toe, pivoting it out to the side. So at this point, we may not have heel to arch. In fact, most of the time, if we were to drag our foot back, it would be heel to heel. So we want to bring it in. Left heel is in alignment with the inner right arch of the foot, and then step it out. And again, it may not be that we are in perfect alignment, but usually we're going to be close to a balanced position for the hips, the pelvis, and the low back. So this position hopefully feels more comfortable, less risk of injury. We're keeping a healthy bend in that left knee. Squeeze the buttocks muscles. Imagine you're trying to lift your inner thighs and roll them out while you push into the insides of your feet. Let's take the arms out, looking over the left fingertips, working with impulse control, and using the breath to move towards that place of optimal awareness. Inhale into the nose, push the breath out over the left fingertips. You could always close the eyes and maybe visualize the breath. 2 more. Inhale, heart is open. Exhale, breathing out over the left hand. At least 1 more. Let's turn the left palm up. Reach down with the right hand. Keep that healthy bend in the left knee. reaching straight up with the left arm. We're even looking up, isolating all of those energies, all of those muscles that can get tight over the intestines. Hopefully we are stretching and giving our intestines an opportunity to move down any old or undigested matter. Big inhale into that upper chest. Exhale, left hand to the left thigh. From here, right arm can reach out as if you're waving towards me. Left fingertips are turned in. So working with this very gentle twist without moving the right arm at all. Simply pressing that left shoulder in and swiveling at the waist. Inhale, reach up with that right hand. Exhale in place. On the next inhale, swing that right arm back. Maybe even look back behind you. Keep rolling the thighs open, pushing into the inner blades of the feet. One more big breath in place with our twist. And now exhale, come to center, right hand to the hip, pushing off that left thigh, pivot the left toe forward, and then slowly bring the feet in. Go ahead and kick it all off. Kick everything off. Oh, I just noticed the time, y'all, so kick it all off. Let's do at least 3 unifying breaths to help balance the body before we close today. Coming into any neutral standing position, open the hands, inhale, take it back, reach it up and look up. Maybe even lift your heels, and now exhale, drop those heels and sweep it back. It is the biggest backstroke movement you've done all day. Big inhale, reach it up, maybe even come up high onto the toes, lift the heels. Now drop those heels, palms forward, push it back. One more, big inhale, lift the heels, big smile, lift the eyebrows, animate the face, drop the heels, exhale back. From here, shake off your hands, shake off your knees. In closing, we can bring our hands together over the belly or over the chest. Let's take in a big unifying breath. Exhale, ha breath. One more. Exhale, more important than inhale. Now just relax. From here, we'll close together. Have a great day, everyone. Go enjoy your beautiful day. Namaste. I will see you all Thursdays, noon meditation. We are still tapping.